Good morning, all. How you all doing? Happy Saturday. Ah, no game this weekend. Isn't it rubbish? Listen, I love the World Cup. The World Cup's great. We'll talk about that in a minute. But isn't it rubbish waking up on a Saturday morning with no club football? I'm desperate already for the start of the season and to watch this new look Spurs in operation, just to see how good we are. Isn't it nice to see all the saltiness from all the other fans? I'm just loving every minute of Spurs at the moment. Hopefully, we can get to the attacking areas and get the players we need in to really give us a good chance of having a good season next season. We will get into it, guys. How you doing? Happy Saturday. What are you up to today? What's the weather like here in the UK? Here in the UK, here in the West Country, it is very cloudy. It looks like we're going to get rain today. Apparently, storms forecast at some point, but it's not raining at the moment, so all good. And yeah, watched a bit of the World Cup last night. Argentina, oof, scraping through against Cape Verde. What a great advert for world football. Cape Verde are. There's always one side, isn't there? Every World Cup that that pulls at your heartstrings, that make you want to love football and love that team again. And Cape Verde, I think, are the team this year. Did themselves proud. And listen, I think everyone expected Argentina to steamroll them. It didn't happen. And on another day, they could have gone out, of course. Christian Romero getting the winner late on. Um, it is what it is. Argentina through. They probably go on to win it now. But guys, what about England? The kickoff time has been put back. Is it 7 p.m. now? So, as English fans, brilliant news. Didn't fancy getting up at 1 a.m. on Sunday night, Monday morning, but it is what it is, guys. How are we doing? How are we feeling about Tottenham? We are doing bits, aren't we? We are absolutely doing bits. Obviously, Tonali's not been officially announced yet, but apparently the medicals have been done. I'm sure we will get it at some point today. Fernandez in, the defence sorted. Now we move to the attacking areas. And it really does look like Tottenham could go all out for Krupi. This is the rumours I'm hearing. Of course, I am reading it on Twitter. But it is building up and building up. And apparently Spurs are going to go into talks in the next week or so with Bournemouth for a deal for Krupi. 80, 90 million, not an issue apparently. We will see. For me, is a bit much, but guys, let me know in the comments. What do you think? Krupi, would he be a good signing for Spurs? And where would he start? Would he be our striker or would he be our left winger? Um, Interesting, guys. Let me know in the comments who you think you would like to sign, Spurs to sign this summer in the attacking areas to make us a really powerful unit next season. Let's go to the chat. It is all about you guys. Kate's in saying, Nige, good morning, lovely. Good morning, Kate. How are you? I hope you're well. She also, as always, says good morning to Stu and good morning to Pete as well. Um, yeah, good morning, guys. I hope you're all well. Logan's in, says, morning, nice, mate, and big up the chat. I hope everyone is well on this warm Saturday morning once again. We'll be in and out today, nice, mate, as garden needs trimming. Mate, I need to do it as well. I've been putting it off for weeks. I need to do it. Maybe today, maybe. We will see. I'm hoping it starts raining. It's like, oh, damn, can't do it this week. Never mind. But it is a warm day. I've got shorts on and a t-shirt. So, it is what it is. It's a lovely day. It's just not sunny at the moment. Pete's in saying good morning, Nige, mate. Big up to you and everyone in the chat. Good morning. And he also says big up to Kate and to Logan. So, guys, the forward line, it's the next in the evolution of Spurs, isn't it? Tottenham need to get these players in, and we've done it in the midfield, we've done it in the defence. We now move to the forwards, and hopefully, we will see what happens. Rodney, he's in. Big up to all. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Rodney. I hope you are well. And George is in. Big up, George. Good to see you, mate. I haven't seen you in it before. And he says, never thought we had a chance with this guy, but the bookies have as short as 5-4 to sign him. If you believe the odds, and it looks like he'll be next in. Are we talking about Creepy here? I think so. George, have you changed are you new here? Have you changed your your profile. You could have been here all the time. Apologies if you have. But listen, yeah, the bookies are saying he is next through the door, and I think Coupe, if it is Coupe, would be a fantastic signing. George also says, don't forget to hit the like button for Nige on the way in, please. Absolutely smash that like button. Really would appreciate it. Logan saying, big up to Pete, and he says we will get Creepy Junior. Listen, from what I've seen of him, he looks an exciting talent. Like I said, 80, 90 million. It's a lot of money, right? But it's not my money. So it is what it is. I'll quite happily take him. For me, I did a video yesterday. For me, Krupi and Marmouche are the two players that I want to see in that attacking area. Basically, they both play the same position, right? They both are strikers, but can play off the left. Marmouche can also play as a 10. Krupe can play off the right as well, can also play as a false nine. So many options with those two. Goals and assists for fun. Krupe, really good penalty taker as well. So for me, those would be the two to come in. It would probably cost us another £150 million. But for me, then we're sorted. Get a couple of squad players, add to the squad, and happy days. But we will see what happens. We've also got to get a load of players out. There's a lot that need to leave, including the man who scored the winner for Argentina last night in Christian Romero. But we will see what happens. Lee's in. Big up, Lee. Says, hello, everyone. Big up to you, mate. Get over to Lee Statham TV and smash a sub. And Logan says, I saw last night someone on Twitter said he's agreed personal terms already. Get him in. Yeah, I saw that. Apparently, Tottenham have agreed personal terms with Coupe. Don't know how we do all this. I don't know how that's all done. Smoke and mirrors, all that kind of thing. But it is just agreeing a fee with Bournemouth. So we will see. Bournemouth are usually good at getting what they want for players. So Spurs, we're going to have to pay through the nose. There's no doubt about it. But we will see what happens. Razzle's in. Said, morning, one and all. Good morning to you, Raz. I hope you're well, mate. Just going down through the chat, everyone talking to each other. The sheriff is in town. Saying good morning, Nigel. Good morning to you, Sheriff. I hope you're well. And Razzle saying it is sunshine and hot here in Kent already. Wow, we are not getting it in the West Country at all. It is a very cloudy day. In fact, the clouds look very stormy. It looks like we may get something at some point. But who knows? It is still very warm though, which is nice. Andrew's in. Said morning, Nigel. Good morning to you, Andrew. I hope you are well. And Darren is in as well, saying good morning. Good morning to you, mate. Trey, Trey, I call you Atreya saying Tonali announcement. We haven't heard anything yet. But from what I'm reading on Twitter, and Twitter is my main source, you know, we are getting close. The medical's done, etc., etc. Guys, if you haven't, do me the favor of smashing a like button. Hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't. Seen a few new faces in here this morning. Hit that subscribe. I am one sub away from 1.7k. So any help would be much appreciated. 50 of you already in here. Only been going 10 minutes. I haven't really got much to talk about. I'm just going to talk about the signings because I'm excited. I am excited by Tottenham at last. For years and years. I reckon ever since Poch left, I have not been excited by Tottenham at all. Sure, when Mourinho came in and we got Bell back, that was brilliant for a little while. But of course, it was COVID. All the stadiums were empty. It wasn't quite the same, which was a real shame for Gareth Bell, wasn't it? But since then, I've just fallen more and more out of love with Spurs. They've let us down so many times. Are they finally going to start putting this team on the pitch first? It looks like it. Of course, it's going to be an ongoing process, not something that's going to happen overnight. And it's not all going to be done in one window. We know that, right? But it does feel already like, come on, we want the next signing. We want the next man in. Sheriff saying whether it's shite nice. It is, mate. It absolutely is. Darren is saying, come on, you Spurs. Absolutely nice shirt there in the profile pitch, mate. I'm going to have to get the kit this summer, I think. Might go for a home and away shirt. Of course, it will be fake. But, yeah, I think I'm going to have to go for two shirts this season, and too large. Too large, by the way, Charlie, if you're watching. Melton says, big up, everyone. What's going on? My head's blown with what's happening. I know it's crazy, right? It is crazy. Tottenham doing bits, and who knows? Who knows who's next through the door? And this is what's exciting, right? For me, the most exciting part of a transfer window is who you get in those attacking areas. And over the last 3 to 4 years, we've been really let down with the attackers we brought in. I'm hoping it changes this summer. I'm looking for big names, for exciting players to come in. But big up to you, Mountain. Um, GX says, what are your thoughts on Rafael Leao? Um, listen, I like Leao. I think on his day, he can be anything he wants to be. For me, he doesn't have enough of those days. He's very inconsistent. You know, he can be an 8 or 9 out of 10, and then he could be a 2 out of 10. If he's an 8 or 9 out of 10 more often than not, I would love him. But guys, what do you think about Leao? Would you take him? For me, if I had the choice of Leao or Creepy, I would take Creepy. And I know a lot of people say, well, Creepy's a striker, but he does play off the left as well. Um, and for me, I'm not looking. Depends what De Zerbi wants, right? If he's looking for a winger that hugs the touchline, that takes on his man, then Leao's the man, right? Puts in crosses, Leao's the man. If you're looking for a striker or a wide man that plays in more of your sunny role, where he plays in between the lines of the area, you know, that can cut in, bend shots in, and can take his man on, then you're looking at more like a Creepy for me. So it all depends what you want, or a Gakpo. A Gakpo in that position would be good as well. But I think we're going to go for a striker that can play off the left, or a left winger that can play as a striker. We may go for a few of them. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the chat. How are you thinking it's going to go up there? Logan said, I have a strong feeling we're going to do a deal for Savinho and a loan for Leao. Maybe, maybe. I am seeing that we pretty much has been agreed with Savinho for the best part of a year. Yeah, personal terms and everything. But Spurs are holding back at the moment. Spurs are holding back because they want someone better, which kind of says it all for Savinho for me. But listen, guys, we will see what happens there. Katie says, no, I've heard Bournemouth are not selling Krupe unless a ridiculous offer comes in. Yeah, I agree. I've heard that as well. But the ridiculous offer would be 80, 90 million, right? 80, 90 million. And George says, it's me now. I've changed my profile picture. Sorry, mate. Absolutely. Yeah. You see the new profile picture, you get all excited. Someone losing. Woohoo. And yeah, big up to you, George. Big up, mate. Logan says Kate will offer the money for Krupe. It will be around 90 million. It wouldn't surprise me at all. The way we're moving, and we've already been told, haven't we? They've already come out and said they want at least one more 70 plus million player in. So will that be Krupe? We will see. We will see. Razzle says, I want a double swoop for Creepy and Rain, 175 million, and flog them tell for 40, 50 million as links are there. They are, haven't they? Wouldn't tell link with Bournemouth in January? Am I right there? Pretty certain. Why don't we just, I mean, forget Rayan for a minute. Rayan would be lovely. But Creepy, just offer them tell and 50 million. Deal done. Bish bash bosh. Happy days. I know it's never as simple as that, but get it done. Do the deal. Offer them a player in part exchange. I think Tao would do really well at Bournemouth, actually. You know, I think there's a player there. His decision making is the worst, but there's definitely a player in there for me. I just don't want to see him progress at Tottenham. I want to bring someone fresh through the door because, listen, I'm greedy now. Isn't it the same, right? Every Spurs fan I've spoken to have been exactly the same, right? A week ago, we talk about these players. We talk about a Tonali, a Fernandez, and the like, and we're like, oh, they're not coming to Spurs. No, they're not coming to Spurs. Spurs won't pay the money. We won't pay the wages. Da da da. Suddenly, we get these two players in, and every player we see, we're like, oh, Spurs will go for him. Yeah, we'll pay the money, 300 grand a week, no problem. Um, Suddenly, things are changing at Spurs, and for me, the biggest one is the fact that we are paying the wages now. We are paying the wages. So will we continue? Hopefully. But we will see, guys. over 80 in the house. Please smash that like, hit the subscribe button. Really would appreciate it. Let's see if we can get past 1.7k this morning. We're still one short on the subs count. So, guys, if you've come in, you haven't subbed to the channel, please sub to the channel. Really would appreciate it. Stig says, morning, Nigel in chat. Isn't it so positive? Being a Spurs fan, we're actually doing the things we've been crying out for. I take a gamble on Vlahovic if he's interested. 100%, mate. I'd be looking at Vlahovic, definitely. He's a no-brainer for me. He's a free transfer. He wants, what, 150 grand a week? Give it to him. Absolutely fine. He's a striker that will score goals. Is he prolific? Is he going to get you 20 goals a season? Probably not. But he's a different option to what we've got. He's a player that if we've got the ball out wide, we can put that ball in the box and he will head it. He's your old type English centre forward, in my opinion, with a bit more technicality. So for me, I'll be signing him. He's on a free transfer. And then I spend the money on a Krupe, on a Marmouche, and suddenly I've got options. That's what I do, guys. Let me know in the chat. What would you do? Which way would you go? What striker would you sign? I'm taking it we know Richarlison's probably going to leave. We're keeping Solanke by the looks of it. If I had my choice, I'd get rid of both. But it is what it is. Big up to you, Stig. Went off on a tangent. Yeah, just a different direction now. Grant's in saying just offer Tel for Krupe. They wanted Tel before, and maybe just flirt with the option about throwing Solanke in too. Here's another option: give him Tel and Solanke for Krupe and Rayan. Deal done. Bish bash bosh. We move on. Listen, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I'd give him Solanke back in a heartbeat. Cheryl says Tonali, they're probably still messing about with his video. 100%, mate. 100%. Got to get it right, haven't they? Got to get it right. Who are they going to get in? Is it going to be a fan? Because this is a new thing, right? It's either a fan introducing a new player or a former player introducing a new player. Have we got any Italians that used to play for Spurs? Nicola Berti. Maybe he could do it. Maybe he could do it. He's still kicking around, isn't he? Any other Italians? Tramezzani? I can't think of any more that are currently not at Spurs anymore. Guys, in the chat, are there any more Italian footballers that could introduce Tonali into Tottenham, ex-Tottenham players? I don't know. Let me know. GXI says, I honestly think Leao would be a good permanent deal, but his price plus a lot of class. Yeah, listen, he wouldn't be expensive, would he, as in other players? For me, we're talking about a loan, aren't we, to start with? For me, a loan would be a good option. Maybe we could see what he's like, see how he settles into Premier League football. But of course, he knows Tonali well. He will know Fernandez, both being Portuguese. So I'm not against it at all. I'm really not. Logan said to my mum, bless her, she's well overdue after all these years. We are doing business. Absolutely. My dad would love to have seen it. Sadly, he can't. But listen, we will keep the dream alive. And I think my son, Charlie, is just like, what's going on? Tottenham don't do this. What is going on? Exea, big up, mate. It says, I heard Tonali announcement is this weekend. Yeah, I would expect it to be today at some point. He was at his medical yesterday. My mind's gone blank. So I would think it's going to go through at some point today, but we will see. We will see. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see what he's got to say. So many salty fans in and around, isn't there? Different fans from different clubs, just absolutely giving us shit for no reason. We're moving mountains. We're doing bits. Is this not what we want as a Premier League? Another club coming up and suddenly saying, hang on a sec, we're not having this. We want to be part of the conversation. Tottenham maybe are doing that. Listen, like I say, there's a long way to go and it has to be a continuous thing. What us Spurs fans don't want to see, and I'm talking about me, I'm talking about all you guys in the chat. What we don't want to see is one summer where we absolutely blow it out of the water, spend 400 million, and then next year, January, we're like, oh, we've got no money now. No, we spent it all. This has to be continuous, and we want to get into a position where, like Arsenal, like the cities of this world, we don't need to go out and spend 2, 3, 400 million every window because the basis of the squad is there. All we need to do is go out, Oh, we really want him. 80, 90 million, boom, done. And that's the window done. We want to get into that position. Sadly, at the moment, we're not, because we need to improve the squad that much by buying 8, 9, 10, 11 players. But we will see. We will see what happens. It's exciting times being a Spurs fan. That's all saying, Sheriff, are you on the Tonali video? That, I mean, that would be worth watching, definitely. Mark Pitts is in, saying it's so nice to see Spurs are getting in the front line and getting the very best players in. Looks like we might be contenders of winning the Premier League. Get in. I mean, Mark, big up to you, mate. Swindon massive. But listen, hey, bit early for that, but we will see. We will see if we keep buying like we are, right? And I've said before, and I'll say it again, and I got shot down a little bit for it. For me, if we are going out and spending £400 million on the team, I'm expecting that team to get into the top four. I'm expecting the top four finish. Because if any other side did it, if Newcastle did it, if Villa did it, we would say they have to get into the top four now. So I'd expect it of Spurs. We will see. It's a long way off. We haven't spent 400 million yet. We're about 150 million short. It's not a lot, is it? But we will see what happens. Sheriff says, never the home one, get medium. I can yeah, exactly. Exactly. I need to start exercising more. You know, I may look like I got the body of a goddess. But no. Bit of a dad bod, really. But it is what it is. There you go. So I missed out Logan now. Logan says we've got more talk with Krupe Junior camp over the weekend. I think this one's going to happen, guys. I really do. I think the more I'm seeing of it, the more I think this Krupe deal happens. Do we say Krupe? Do we say Krupe? I don't know. But I think it's going to happen. I really do. I think it's going to happen. Razzle says amazing signing players early, and we cause disruption for other clubs, aka Man United are now having to find other players. Isn't it absolutely beautiful, Razzle? It's absolutely beautiful. I love the meltdown of United. You know, they've gone out and got their player already, haven't they? You know, so they need more, of course, but chill your pills, guys. There are plenty of players out there. It's what we have to do every year. We're scrabbling around because all you guys have gone for the big players. Now it's our turn. It's our turn, and I'm loving every minute of it. Exea says Leo on loan only. Milan fans say he only shows up 33% of games, a bit like Madison, apparently. Yeah, for me, again, if we get him at his best, fantastic. And this is why it would have to be a loan, right? It would have to be a loan deal. But we will see what happens. Scott's in. Big up, Scott. Saying big up, Nige. What a week it's been. And Enoch finally doing things right. Need to start looking at forwards now. The forward line for me is the most important. It really is. We can go out, as I've said so many times, we can go out and spend millions, hundreds of millions on midfield talent and defensive power. But if we've not got the players in the forward areas who can hit the net and assist, then we are still not going to go up. We're going to pretty much stay where we are. You know, if we sign average strikers, I think we finish mid-table next season. Like we really need to go out and really hit it hard. Really get the players in that are going to score, going to assist, and we will see what happens. Hopefully, we will see. Razzle says Leao is a poor man's Semenyo. That isn't there each week. Yeah, yeah. Listen, like I say, I think he's either really good or really poor. Scott says get them both in. Absolutely. Andrew says I heard Tonali will wear the number 6. Yep, I'm hearing that too. I can't wait to see Tonali in a Spurs shirt. I really can. I really can. Just gonna skip through a bit of the chat. Darren says, I watch Syria a lot. Leao only turns up when he wants to. When he's hot, he's a baller, but most of the time he looks like Tao. Plus, he does not work hard off the ball. And this is another big thing, right? We need to get players in that work under De Zerbi's system, and De Zerbi will absolutely demand that they work hard. So for me, maybe this is why a player like Leao will not fit the system. But listen, we will see. And it's all about systems, right? You know, as much as box office, I love him to bits. Sometimes can waffle on. He's absolutely right. And he was bang on yesterday when he says players that come in have to fit the system, right? We can't just go out and randomly just pick pluck players out from the air and be like, yeah, he'll do, he'll do. He scores goals, he'll do. They've got to fit De Zerbi's system, because if they don't, then they're not going to work, guys. Guys, keep smashing that like, hitting that subscribe button if you haven't. Really would appreciate it. Corey's G5W says, "Good day, mate. Jokes aside, my moosh is a family friend. Well, get him to sign then, buddy. Get him to sign. Get on the blower. Say, my moosh, lots of fans want you at Spurs. Start making some moves. Get your agent involved. Let's get him to. I would love Marmouche at Tottenham. I think he's absolutely wonderful. Xavier says, Grupe, Savinho, and Yildiz. Yeah, I mean, I take two of those three. I would take Grupe. I would take Yildiz. Savinho, I would take as well, but he would be my third option. I'm not going to lie. But we will see. Ghosted is in. Saying big up, nice, big up to you, Ghosted. I hope you're well, mate. And Coys, Hazio, yeah, yeah. Keep looking, mate. Keep doing the work. Rich is in. Morning, nice. Morning, Rich. Hope you're well, buddy. Long time no see. I hope you're doing good, mate. And how are you feeling about Spurs doing bits in the window? And who do you want to come in those forward areas? Dexter's in, says you're getting Sterling and Lukaku, and you're going to be happy about it. Oh, Lukaku, he looks awful at the moment, doesn't he? Yes, I think if we got them, there would be a meltdown again in the window. But I think they're more likely to go to Liverpool, aren't they, Dexter? Do you not think? Darren says razzle dazzle. Bournemouth are not going to sell. They are top players in one window. They won't do that. No, listen, we'll take one of them. Yeah, for me, get Coupe in. He would be the player I'd go for from Bournemouth. But Bournemouth are decent team, decent squad. But they have got a new manager now this summer, haven't it? It'd be interesting to see how Bournemouth do next season. We will see. Russell says, morning, Dexter. Nice to see you're still salty. Absolutely. Razzle saying, yes, I'm living in dream world, Darren, but I reckon people will move on Rayan after the World Cup. I agree. I think they probably will. How much did they sign Rayan for? It was next to nothing, wasn't it? And they are probably going to get a massive fee for him, especially if he, listen, he's not pulled up any trees in the World Cup so far. But if he scores a couple of goals later on down the line, his price will skyrocket. Stig saying, fantastic seeing all these experienced players coming in, but I personally like to see our younger, homegrown players integrated in the team off the bench. Yeah, you would hope they will be, mate. You would hope they will be. The thing is, though, with only one game a week, is going to be difficult, right? But I'd like to see a few of the academy players on the bench. I got to be honest, I have no time, I have no care for your Bergvaus. Gray, not so much. I'm not going to include Gray as much in that. Your players like Saar, who's been here a few years now, haven't got as much time for them anymore. They've been here when we've been terrible, and they've not really impressed. So for me, quite happily see the back of them. I would keep Gray, though I would loan them out. But I'll quite happily see a few of the academy players on the bench, whether they get game time or not. I'm not sure. Kate says, heard Bournemouth wanted Tau but gone quiet. But De Zerbi likes Tau, though I'd swap him. He does like Tau. As much as we talk about how great De Zerbi is, he likes Tau. So he must see something in him that we aren't seeing at the moment, or that I'm not seeing. I don't know. Darren says maybe De Zerbi does not think Vlahovic fits the way he wants to play because of his lack of pace. This is the thing, mate. This is the thing. As much as I would love Vlahovic, he's not your pressing striker, is he? And De Zerbi likes his strikers to press. He likes his attackers to press. And I don't think Vlahovic is that kind of player. So there's a good chance we wouldn't touch Vlahovic. But personally, I'd take him. Just as a different option, maybe off the bench or but it is what it is. I'm being greedy and I'm wanting all these star players. We'll have them for the bench. Why not? Crazy, really. Guys, 110 in the house. Keep smashing that like, hitting the subscribe button if you can. I've just passed 1.7k, so thank you very much. Let's get to the next target, which is 1.8k. Jimmy's in. So big up, Nigel, in the chat. Good morning. Big up to you, Jimmy. I hope you're well. And Chopsy says Galini. Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. I forgot about him. Galini, Italian goalkeeper, of course. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking keeper. But maybe he will do the intro to Tonali. I want to sack the boards in. See how they are waiting for Conte to arrive in London to announce Tonali. Of course, I forgot about Conte as well. Wouldn't that be something? Eh? Conte announcing Tonali. Wow. And Sheriff saying Conte as well. That would be something else. It really would. Gary Ferguson saying Cudicini. Yes, absolutely. Um, Rich saying Fazio, or was he Argentinian? I think he was Argentinian. I'm not sure. Gary saying Cudicini. Yeah, Rich saying Sheriff makes an excellent point. Conte, yeah, Conte would be a good one to introduce. That would get clicks and likes, wouldn't it? If Conte was introducing in his famous Southampton rant style. I'm not quite sure how it would go, but it would be great TV. I'd be there for it. I really would. Axel says Leao is similar to Rashford. His attitude, the attitude and too much ego. Yeah, listen, I agree. I think Rashford's another one on his day, fantastic. But watched him for England the other night, and it's like, this is why we don't want Rashford. He is so hot and cold. When he's hot, he is hot. When he's cold, forget it. Get him off. A waste of time. Coys says it looks like Romero knows to play football. If he wants, yeah, he scored the winner for Argentina last night, didn't he? As they beat Cape Verde 3-2 after extra time. Cracking game, but yeah, Argentina limp through, and it wouldn't surprise me now if they go on and win the World Cup. Razzle says, I was more amazed Romero played 120 minutes. No worries at all. Yeah, no problem. I can play 120 minutes. What more do you want me to do, Argentina? Yeah, when it's for Spurs, forget about it. Forget about it. Kate says, I'd sell both Solanke and the bloody pigeon and get them sold for peanuts. Listen, I think they both go. Isn't apparently Richarlison is being linked with a Turkish side who was talking 50 to 20 million euros. So we will see. We will see what happens there. Solanke I'd sell as well. But again, as we've just talked about, um, De Zerbi liking his pressing from the front. Solanke will do that, and I think that's why he likes Solanke. Need a sip of tea because my voice is going. Dexter, big up to you, Dexter. Always welcoming it, mate, even though you hate Spurs, but you're always welcoming it. Dexter says no one is salty over Tottenham. That's pure delusion. Um, we will see what happens. I can't wait for the season to start. I really can. Who's going to be the new Spurs captain next season? Is it going to be your Van der Vens? Is it going to be a lot? I mean, a lot of people talking about Van Hecker. Are we looking at maybe a Tonali as captain? Andy Robertson? Who knows? The choice is endless. Porro maybe as captain. And it's going to be interesting to see. Razzle said, Dexter, you're so proud of your team, you don't even advertise it. There you go. Doesn't need to, does he? Because Dexter, you are a Liverpool fan, aren't you? I'm pretty certain you're a Liverpool fan. It is what it is. Darren says, if we signed Tonali alone, I would be disappointed because he's not a deep line playmaker, but is an elite at what he does off the ball. His engine and ability to be lethal at the edge of the box. Absolutely. Listen, I think he's a really exciting midfield we put together now. In Fernandez, in Tonali, and in maybe a number 10, whether that's Madison, whether that's someone else. Because I just think they all do different roles. And if you look at the graph, and I know Sava's done the graph, it just encapsulates the whole midfield, right? So everyone is doing a good job somewhere. It just makes it the perfect midfield three for me. And hopefully, listen, I think good times ahead for Tottenham this season. We cannot fail, surely we cannot fail, touch wood, to have a good season. Corey says, so what now? Romero staying? For me, absolutely not. I'll be getting rid of him. We could pick up 40, 50 million pounds for him, sell him on. I think a lot of Spurs fans said, hope he has a fantastic World Cup now. And we can put the price up, drive the price up a little bit more. His goal last night will help. For me, we sell him, right? Because Van Hecker's been brought in as De Zerbi's right-sided centre-back. He's not been brought in as a squad player. We spent 52 million on him. He's been brought in to play. So I think Romero goes. Personally, guys, let me know in the chat. Romero stays, goes. Just need to put stay or go. For me, go. We still sell. But we will see. Ghost said Liverpool spent 500 million after winning the title and finished 5th. Top 4 is no guarantee. No, you're absolutely right, Ghosted. Um, but we need to be in that conversation, right? We need to be in that conversation. And look at the shit that Liverpool got this season for spending that much money after winning the title and dropping like a stone. For me, Liverpool spent too much on too many. They filled their team out too much, and they had the perfect team there already, right? And obviously, the other things were happening. The death of Jota and everything, which must have really, really hit the Liverpool squad hard. Let's see how they do this season. It's going to be different, I think, for Liverpool. Dexter says, Razzle, the most successful team in England, the most successful English team in Europe, mate. Um, they are. They are. Fantastic side. Absolutely fantastic side. Razzle says you can't even say it. Oh, Razzle, I love you, mate. Let's go through the chat. For some reason, my chat's gone right to the bottom, so I have to go all the way up. George says, don't Barcelona want Bergvall after missing out on the first time round? Who knows? Maybe they do, mate. Maybe they do. And don't Bayern Munich want Dragic as well? I don't know. All these star players that we beat other teams to that can't get anywhere near the Spurs side at the moment. Andrew says Gaza doing his Italian accent on the Tonali video would be good. Yes, it would. Yes, it was. Evan Man's in. Pick up Evan Man. Says, hi, Nige. Good morning. I hope you're good. I am fantastic, mate. Spurs are doing bits. I have a team I can be proud of, hopefully, for a change. And we haven't finished yet. We are still going. We are still going. Grant's in. Big up Grant says, yeah, ring him non-stop and get him to Spurs. What are you doing? Stop wasting time, mate. Get Marmoush in. I would love Marmoush. Absolutely love Marmoush. He is probably my favourite player that's not playing for Spurs currently. And I don't know why, because he's not done a lot for City last season. He was in and out of the side. But for Frankfurt, he was stunning. What a great player. And I would love him in the Spurs. I just think he when you think of a Spurs player, certainly for me, is in my older years, I think of a Tottenham player. I think of players like Ginola. I think of players that lit up White Hart Lane, your Gazas, your Hoddles. And I think of Marmoush, where he's not that level, different kind of player. He is that kind of player that will get people off their seats. So I'd get him in, absolutely. Razzle says Rayan has a 130 million buyout clause that Bournemouth put in. Okay, we're probably not going to get him then. We're probably not going to get him. Kate says Nigel agreed with Alex till he wanted Danny Welbeck. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, Danny Welbeck. I mean, sometimes you'll listen to Alex, you'll be like, shit, actually, I'm finding myself agreeing with him. Shit. You're like nodding away as you're watching. And then he comes up with something like that. Danny Welbeck. And I was like, oh my God. Danny. That was it for me. I nearly switched off. They nearly lost a viewer there in the 2 marks because he said Danny Welbeck. But it is what it is. Rich says De Zerbi and his targets so far have been bang on. I trust him. If it's creepy, I'm all over that. I'm not keen on Savinho as his end product is questionable and injury prone. Back to Nusa. Or back to Nusa. For me, I would love Nusa. Again, I think his injury issues are behind him. Of course, he failed a medical at Leicester, didn't he? I think they're behind him now. He seems like they are. I like Nusa. He's an exciting young player. Nusa, Krupi, and the young kid from Ajax, Gotts, really exciting players. I take any one of those three. But let's see what Spurs do. For me, it's not all about age. We don't have to spend all this money on 26-year-olds. If they're good enough, they're old enough. What I don't want to see is buy young players who have done absolutely nothing and then wonder why they're no good. We need to buy quality young if we're going to buy young. Ghost is saying 17th, back to back. I don't care about any academy players playing next season. Get us back to where we belong and then bring these players through if they're good enough. Yep. Good point, Ghosted. Absolutely good point. And we haven't really got the games to bleed these younger players in as much, have we? I'm talking about maybe put one on the bench. Maybe put I don't know, a Byfield on the bench. And if he gets a couple of minutes, then great. But for me, I'm kind of with you. We need to be back up in and around that top 4, 5, 6. So let's get there first. And hopefully these youngsters are going to learn off all these brilliant signings we're bringing in, and we will see. Grant says young homegrown players, unless they can break into your first 11 at a young age, should be using them as a way to make profit. And that's how the big clubs work. If someone is a good as a diamond, then keep. Yeah, you've got a point again. Another great point. Listen, Chelsea have been doing it for years, haven't they? Absolutely, getting all these youngsters in and just selling them off. Selling them off. They're not good enough. They sell them off. And even if they are good enough, a lot of the time they sell them anyway because they're making such good money on them. Razzle saying, I heard Alfie Devine rejected Preston, who were happy to pay who were happy to pay 6 million for him. Wow. Okay, well maybe he just doesn't want to go there. Maybe he wants to stay closer to London. I don't know. Where's Alfie Devine actually from? Um, I don't know. Maybe Preston's a bit too far away from his family. Who knows? I mean, I don't see Alfie Devine having a part in the Spurs squad next season. Sorry, Brian, if you're listening, sorry, mate. But I don't know, guys. What do you think? Um, GXI says, I honestly think we just need a pacey winger, a well-rounded striker like Vlahovic would be a good shot. I like Kudus. Krupi is a big target. Tao has a lot of potential. And I think, listen, I think you're right with Tao. I think he does have potential. And this is the thing, he's just a very frustrating player to watch because his end product and his decision making, I think, is the worst. But there's definitely a player there, 100%. Guys, if you haven't, please smash a like, hit the subscribe. 130 in it today was probably nearly a record for me and really unexpected. I thought it was going to be a quiet one. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Really, really important. I'm trying now to push to 1.8K, getting closer, only 298 away from 2K. So I am going to push it over the next couple of months. Scott says, smash the like and hit the sub, people. Thank you, mate. I just did my job and you've done it for me again. So thank you so much, buddy. Really do appreciate it. Cheryl said, Razzle, don't tell Brian. Exactly. Ghosted, I hope we don't sign Vlahovic. I'm sick of watching crap centre forwards. Ghosted getting in now. Ghosted doesn't like Vlahovic. I do like Vlahovic, but I just don't think he's going to fit De Zerbi's system. Darren said, I'm excited. We finally broke our wage structure and now we will be shopping at Selfridges instead of Primark. This is the biggest thing for me, Darren. It's not the fact that we're putting 90, 100 million pound bids in for players. It's the fact that we are doing it and we are saying 375 grand a week. Yeah, we give you that. Or 325 grand a week. We give you that. No problem. You know what they've got to do now is continue it. And whether they just couldn't do it when other players were out, I don't know, because if Sonny was out and someone else was on 350 grand a week, then Sonny would have to be paid 350 grand a week. It would be in his contract. Are there any players at Tottenham currently that if someone new comes in on 350 grand a week, that their money automatically goes up to equal that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure there is, but guys in the chat, let me know. What do you think? Razzle saying, I heard Stoke has spent nearly 30 million so far and not signed Ashley Phillips. Maybe Stoke going for it, trying to get back into the Premier League. Ashley Phillips, for me, I think he's going to be a really good quality Premier League centre half. Whether that's at Tottenham or not, I'm not sure. And the trouble is, we're a big club, right? As fans, we want to be successful. We want to win stuff. Sadly, these younger players are not going to get much of a chance because we want to go out and sign the Van Hecks, the Van de Vens, the Romeros, etc., to make us better. But it is what it is. It's football, right? Jimmy says, if we were to sign Sarr, Thiago, and Barnes along with Kudus, what a front line that would be. Yeah, listen, I like Thiago. He has only had one good season, right? But in the Premier League, but he has done it at other clubs. Sarr, I really like. I think he's really underrated. Harvey Barnes, interesting one for me because he always scores against. He always does well against Spurs. He wouldn't be one I'd turn my nose up at, but for me, he wouldn't be my first choice. I'd like Harvey Barnes to come in, but he'd be my second choice. He'd be my Tao type player, and I'd sell Tao, and then I'd bring in another left winger. But listen, all good choices, Jimmy, and it is all about opinions. Ghost has said Dexter is the only Liverpool fan I've seen who hates Spurs. Defo tried to count. I'm not a Liverpool fan. Um, Quite possibly. Who knows? Who knows with YouTube, right? There's so many So many fake accounts around. Rich says, for me, VDV captain and Tonali vice captain, along with Porro. Wouldn't be against that at all, mate. Wouldn't be against that at all. Ghost said Tonali, not being good on the ball is a myth. The bloke can do everything. Tonali's just a really good player, right? A really good player. And we had this last season. We had this last season with Polinia. Polinia, he can't pass the ball. He doesn't score goals. Well, he was one of our top scorers. And actually, you know, yes, he's not world class passer, but sometimes he'd get that ball on number 6 and he would ping it from left to right. And I'd be like, that's a player who can't pass the ball. So yeah, Tonali's a good player, just an all-round good player. And I think this is what Spurs have needed for so long. Players that are all-round good, not just good at one thing, and not so good at another. We're buying players that are all-rounded, and I'm liking that. Pagey's in, said morning peeps. Good morning to you, Pagey. I hope you're well. Just going through down the chat. And Razzle saying go. Scott saying go. I agree 100%. I think they absolutely have to go. Absolutely have to go. Lost myself in the chat again. The THFC guy, big up to you, mate, says, who agrees Kudus announcement video is still one of the best? Absolutely brilliant. Still watch it now, yeah. Did you say it was always Spurs? Yeah, great. We need Tonali to do that as well. Something like that. That would be fantastic. Dexter says Klopp turned down Tonali. Yeah, that's Klopp, isn't it? Klopp, in all due respect, Dexter, Klopp didn't need Tonali when Liverpool were flying, right? I bet you wouldn't turn down Tonali now, though, right? You know, Liverpool are they are what they are, right? They've spent £500 million and they failed to finish in the champ. Well, they finished 5th, so it is what it is. Razzle said, surprised West Ham wanted to do business after the Kudus video. This is very true. Money talks, Razzle, right? Money talks. And they were never going to get 85 million off anyone else in the way that we want to pay it, right? So it is what it is. Ghost is saying the THFC guy agreed, mate. Guys, if you haven't, the THFC guy, you got your own channel, haven't you? Get over to the THFC guy and smash a sub for him. Rich saying Marmouche and Krupe would be immense. 100% agree. 100% agree. Kate saying good morning to Ghosted. And Hasselkoff is in saying agreed. Marmouche is a type of profile we need. Great first touch. He's just great on the eye, mate, isn't he? Someone that would light up the lane, I think. Ghost is saying, I like Marmouche, but he scored 3 goals last season. Is that who we're going to rely on to get 20 goals? For me, Ghost, I keep saying, mate, for me, it's not about getting players in to score 20 goals. If we get a left wing and it gets you 20 GA, whether that's 7 goals and 13 assists, we get a striker that scores 13 or 14 with 6 or 7 assists. And the same on the right, that's a 60 GA between the front 3. We're looking good, right? Marmouche hardly played last season. I think it's really tough to say about Marmouche last season. He hardly got in the City side. A lot of his games were from the bench. I think you look at his season before and you will see that he scored a lot of goals, got a lot of assists. Give this man the freedom of White Hart Lane and he will be brilliant. Just my opinion. I would love Marmouche, but Goated, who would you like, mate? Who's your man to come in to get those goals? Because I know what you mean. Listen, it'd be great to get a striker in that scores 20 plus goals a season. For me, there's only a few of them out there. One of them is Harry Kane, and we're probably not going to get him back. Pagey says, hands off Gotts, please. I really want him. I think he's such a talented player. I really want him, Pagey. I don't think Spurs will go for him, but I would love to have him. Guys, still 100 in the house. Keep smashing that like, hitting that sub. Dexter saying, Ghosted is more. I find your club amusing, and at least with Arsenal, they occasionally win something. Well, we did win a Europa League last, literally 18 months ago, Dexter. So, we've won stuff recently. So let's get off the old Spurs don't win anything. That's been done. We've done that to death and we've won stuff since. Marianne's in saying good morning, Nigel, and all in the chat. I hope you're well. Good morning, Marianne. I hope you're well. Long time no see. I hope you're good. Razzle says simple minds are simply pleased, Dexter. Dexter said, "Nice thoughts on Klopp turning down Tonali." I just gave you that, didn't I? I think it is what it is, right? Liverpool were in a different position. They had a fantastic midfield when Klopp was there, and Tonali was just coming through, right? He was at Milan, playing great for Milan, but he was still quite a young player, and Liverpool were a different breed then. And listen, Liverpool's still a different breed, right? You look at the Liverpool squad, and as a Spurs fan, I look at them and I think pretty much every single Liverpool player would get into the Spurs side. We are not where Liverpool are. Liverpool are up there. Spurs are down here. We're trying to build to get to where you are. So this is not a Liverpool v Spurs thing, right? As Spurs fans, I can accept Liverpool are a bigger club. Um, it is what it is for me, anyway. Rich says Alfie is a Northwest lass originally. I think okay, then maybe I would have thought he might have gone to Preston. Maybe he's looking for a bigger move. I don't know. Marianne said good morning to Kate. Ghost has said Dexter, we won the same amount of trophies as Arsenal in the last 5 years. 100%, mate. Bang on. I'm just going to get through the chat a little bit because I've got to pass you on in a bit. Grant saying the biggest thing for me is that there isn't even the big name players coming in. It's the fact that we have actually got those big name players in before pre-season even starts. That's massive for me and a massive start to the season. Bang on, bang on. I 100% agree, and I'll add to that. Though it wasn't. My mind's gone blank. Though it wasn't done on purpose. That's what I wanted to say. It wasn't done on purpose. The fact that we got De Zerbi in with 7 games to go of last season means he got to come in before the end of the season. He had 7 games with the club, a couple of months where he could look over the players that he wanted to keep, the ones that he wanted to sell, how he wanted to move this club forward. He got his foot in the door, and it's not like we've got a manager in now and it's like, right, what do I need? I need to see these players. He's already seen them. He knows what he wants. So even though it's not by design, it was by accident, getting De Zerbi in 7 weeks before the season ended, absolute masterstroke because he got to see what he wanted and what he didn't want. And we've moved early. And I think is absolutely, absolutely brilliant. But big up to you, Grant, and bang on, mate. And Billy Andrews says Gaza should do it. I'd always be up for that. Ozzy Corey says always one in chat. Oh, absolutely is. And it's Dexter. Big up, Dexter. You've asked me for the 3rd time, so I'm not going to answer it this time, but big up to you, mate. Let's just go through the chat. George saying 130 watching. I remember when it was lucky when you got 13 nights. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, I know. Listen, we all got to start somewhere, right? And sometimes still do get 13. No, a little bit more than that. But listen, 130 is a great day, and I'm really pleased and thankful to everyone that's come in and liked the stream and subscribed to the channel. So thank you so much. I'm trying to grow. It's not easy, but loving every minute of it. I'm just going to go through the chat because I'm going to pass you on to the 2 marks in a minute. I'm going to see if there's anyone else. Actually, I've got 4 minutes. What am I talking about? I've got loads of time. Loads of time. Darren says we still have to look at the young players in pre-season because they may impress the manager. Players like Deli, Udogi, and others impressed. Absolutely, 100%, mate. Collins in, sent Borodani's Cape Verde. Wow, could have been the biggest upset since the USA knocked out England in the 1950 World Cup. They come so close, didn't they? They come so close. And listen, fair play to them. I didn't expect it. I thought Argentina would blow them away, to be honest. But fair play to Cape Verde, and they should be absolutely proud of what they have done and what they've achieved. They are, without a doubt, the talk of this year's World Cup. Cape Verde, congratulations to you, even though you ended up going out. Neil's in, saying it's all gone a bit quiet. Getting withdrawal symptoms. I know, it feels like that, doesn't it? We signed a couple of players, and it's like, oh, this is brilliant. And then suddenly, a couple of days goes by, we're like, okay, come on then, Tottenham. Bit slow, get moving, but it is what it is. Hopefully we will do more bits and we will look really good. Ghost is saying Osherman or Kane, and we are spending if we are spending 100 million on a striker, I think we get Kane for about 80 million, don't you? I mean, is he still 100 at his age? I don't know. Maybe. Osherman, I'd absolutely love. He's a pure goal scorer. pure goal scorer. And I would absolutely love him. Yo-Yo's in, big up, said any chance of Savinho? I think Savinho is on the list. I think it happens if Tottenham don't get anyone better, right? But Savinho could do really well at Spurs. He could have a great season. He could have a great career. If the handbrake's off and we just say go and do your thing, he could be a really good signing. But listen, we will see. And I'm just going through the chat. Yeah, you're also saying rival fans are mad at City first forces 116. It should be Spurs due to the fee they can't get their players they want cheap. Listen, it is what it is. Let's see what happens with City. I think something is going to happen in the next week or so. This is what I'm hearing, but we will see. George says can't find the THFC on YouTube. Put the link in. Maybe it isn't. I'm pretty certain there's THFC guy who does like his streams from the roof in America or something. Maybe it's not him. I don't know, but listen, if it is, get over and subscribe to him if you can find him. Marianne says Kate is also abroad. I'm just gonna get through the chat because I'm getting pop-ups come up because I'm trying to move the chat down. Razzle saying, yeah, no videos on this channel, so not sure if he is a content creator. Okay, fair dues. Magic Tree says recovering from watching the Aussie game, total dross. Avoid Marmouche, terrible player. Okay, well, he might have had a bad game. I'm not sure, but big up to you, Magic Tree. Listen, I would still love Marmouche. I think he's just a wonderful footballer. But listen, it's all about opinions, and this is what we're here for, right? Darren says Daniel Levy pulling his hair out at the thought of spending money. I don't know. I don't know how Daniel Levy must be feeling at the moment. Who knows? Razzle said must be the new logo drawing the midnight. Maybe it is. Yeah, got the new logo. I'm seeing how that goes for a little while. I'm trying to really push it now for the next season. Corey's in. Big up Corey. Says, isn't it nice as a Spurs fan to see quality and not numbers in the door? Absolutely, mate. I would like to see a few more numbers though, but it is great to see. It is great to see. Just going through the chat. Magic Tree saying, we sign who we want. We sign who we want. We're Tottenham Hotspur. We sign who we want. Absolutely. THFC guy saying, nah, just a fan, but think about it. Big up to you, mate. So must be someone else with a very similar name that's got their own YouTube channel. But big up to you, mate. Thank you so much for being in here. Yo-Yo says, I'm happy to see all the fans happy, especially where Spurs finished the last 2 seasons. We're back, baby. We are back. Almost a perfect way to end the show, but I agree 100%. Listen, we get the strikers, we get the wingers right, and there is no reason with 1 game a week we cannot have a fantastic season. In fact, I'm expecting it. If we bring the players in, I am expecting Champions League football next week. Just me. Next week. We will see. Rich says Henderson better than Tonali. Come on, Hendo was very functional and covered the distances. But do me a favor, just sums up. Total troll, Dexter. When he says stuff like that. It is what it is. Jacob of the USA says, is it Tonali Day? I think it might be. And is that you, Jacob? Or is that a parody account? Could be a parody account. But big up to you if it is. Guys, I'm going to leave it now. As Dexter says, Henderson is better than Tonali. Wow. What a time to end it. Guys, thank you so much for being in here. Smash a like, hit the subscribe button. Really would appreciate it. On your way out, have a great day. Get over to the 2 marks. I'm going to send you there now and enjoy their show. Much love to all. Happy weekend. And as always, come on, you Spurs.